The Johnson family had just moved into their dream home, an old Victorian mansion nestled at the edge of a quiet town. Little did they know, their idyllic life was about to turn into a nightmare. As night fell, the house seemed to come alive. It started with faint whispers, barely audible but undeniably real. The youngest daughter, Emily, claimed she heard a woman softly calling her name. Her parents dismissed it as an overactive imagination, but as darkness thickened, the manifestations grew more sinister. Strange noises echoed through the halls. The sound of footsteps shuffled along the creaking floorboards, though no one was there. At dinner, plates and utensils would sporadically clatter and fall on their own. Shadowy figures flitted in the corners of their vision, vanishing before anyone could catch a proper glimpse. Tension gripped the family. That night, as they tried to sleep, Emily's room grew unnaturally cold. Her breath came out in visible puffs, though it was the peak of summer. The temperature in her room seemed to plummet for no reason. She clutched her blankets tight, eyes wide with fear, as she saw a dark figure standing at the foot of her bed. It had no form, just a dense, shadowy mass emitting a deep sense of dread. She screamed, and the figure evaporated. Her parents rushed in, trying to calm her down, but they were now all too aware that something was terribly wrong with the house. In the living room, the television would turn on by itself, broadcasting static images of ghastly faces and echoing with disembodied voices. Doors slammed shut, lights flickered, and the sense of being watched became omnipresent. Mrs. Johnson then noticed an old diary hidden in a drawer, its pages filled with accounts of the previous inhabitants experiencing similar horrors. It spoke of a restless spirit, seeking revenge for a wrong done many years ago within these very walls. Desperate, the family tried to leave, but every exit was blocked. The windows would not budge. The doors remained locked as if held by an invisible force. They were trapped. As the clock struck midnight, the haunting reached its peak. Wisps of vapor formed grotesque shapes, drifting towards the family. The walls seemed to close in, and a chorus of screams filled the air, drowning out their own. The patriarch, Mr. Johnson, gathered his family in a tight circle, reciting prayers, and it seemed to work momentarily. The temperature normalized, and the noises dulled. But just as they felt a glimmer of hope, the lights went out, and everything was plunged into blackness. In that oppressive void, they felt the sinister presence circle them, hear the hissing breaths close to their ears. The diary's final entry echoed in Mr. Johnson's mind. There is no escape, only endurance until dawn. The family huddled, trembling, praying for the first light of day.